welcome back to the channel. Today I'm getting my weed out. So hopefully this is not a very interesting video, and when I say that, things go well, no breakdowns, no combine fires or anything like that. I'm cutting the truck driver out of spot right now. Get some of this down wheat up, and I'll bring y'all back here in a minute. Well, before we even got going good, we got a bearing going out on the gearbox on the blade. But I am going to my friend's house where I borrow everything else for his shop, and borrowing a good header and possibly buying it. This is a 25-foot 10-20 head. We're probably going to go to a 30-foot. That's something we've been talking about. Was going to go to 8-row header, but me having not been able to use GPS planting corn, that's out of the question. So we're going to stick with 6-row and probably buy a 30-foot head. We'll just have to see. He won't sell it, but I can't get him to price it. So we're going to try it out at least. Well, I got the 30-foot on here. Really turning out some wheat. I'm going to say better than 80 bushel. But we won't know until we get all the weigh tickets back. I've not figured that thing out. I was going to try to mess with it in this, but I ain't got time for that. Well, I was going to roll my straw and sell it. I had 20 rolls sold, but I couldn't get nobody else to buy the rest of it. The dairy that's been buying it from me is getting it dirt cheap out west. And Craig wanted to do some square bales, but I decided not to even mess with straw at all. Straw takes a lot of potash away from your ground. So it's kind of like take, you got to give back. Not leaving a lot of residue on the ground. I think I can plant to it pretty easy. And I guess I'll explain why I'm hot and sweaty. Yeah, I choked it. They've low spots here that are still a little green, and I thought I was out of one and kind of picked up speed. I choked her down. Just a thing though. And there's not a whole lot of weight down. I'm in the spot right now that's down. Having kind of run low slow, but I think I'm out of most of the down spots, but not out of the green spot, so I may just skip over them. field is probably 3/4 of a mile long at the longest point. And I'm emptying on the truck on this end, and got Dad with the grain cart on the other end. I don't know how he and the grain cart's going to work out, so my time on the combine may be short-lived. He's never run grain cart. But I don't like much, I'll have this truck full. Yeah, we got the 1066, one of them, hooked to the grain cart. And I think as long as we don't overload the cart, I think it'll be alright. Pretty level ground. We'll see what it does. Got a low spot and a green spot out there. And if you watched any of my wheat spraying videos, you know it's pretty wet out there, so I don't know what the condition will be like when we get out there. And I've done called the farmer that owns the truck. He's sending another one down. So we kind of got off to a rough start. Tried starting there for lunch. Had header problems, but I was choked up for 30 minutes. So we're not going to get done today, but we're going to work pretty dang late if everything holds out. This out here is some really good wheat. I'm gonna have to put the GoPro back there in the grain tank, I guess. Well, we got one semi loaded and another one here. So it's getting close to dark. I got the lights on already. As soon as we fill that second semi, we're quitting. It will be dark then. Well, we done got the front of the second truck done full, and there's the sunset. So probably 2 or 3 more passes and we'll have that full. Probably have a little bit on the grain cart there and maybe some on the combine. And they'll take them trucks to Alabama first thing in the morning. Like I said, it started off rough, but it's been a pretty good last few hours running. There goes the grain cart. He's using his head and driving down the road instead across this rough, bumpy field. There's your sunset. Well, we ain't putting a real big load on the grain cart, but the old 1066 seems to handle it. And like I've said many a times, it's been one of the major workhorses on the farm for 45 years. Takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Well, we got that truck loaded. Still got some on the combine. We're calling it a night, and we'll bring you back tomorrow. Well, it's Saturday morning, and it's looking awful rainy, a little damp outside, but not giving no significant chance of rain. But we're going to try to get this done today. I can't promise you no drone footage. I'll try to get some in here. But sending it to Alabama Farmers Co-op down in Florence, Alabama. And they're usually can get a truck in and out. And truck drivers have been in line for over an hour. They're just backed up, so much wheat coming in. So we may be waiting on a truck. Well, I reckon the guy that's got the header here, if his deal goes through on the new combine, we bought this 30-foot header. I heard him back at 305 today, and we sat down and we ran some numbers and agreed on a price. So I would like to, I don't know if I'm going to do it this year or not, but put Outback steering on this thing, and it's going to make bean and wheat harvest a whole lot easier, because I'll be able to pay more attention to everything going on than I will be trying to hug this or that side either one. But we'll just have to see. Sometimes my wants are more than what my wallet is, and no, I've not found my wallet. This pass over here, I was drawed up, because you don't never know when you join up a property line like this, especially with houses, what all will be thrown out in the field. Not necessarily intentionally, but we've done run over 2 beach balls. Run one through the combine, and the other I just ran over and popped it. That's what they get for leaving their stuff out. Get this down, stuff. Well, I choked it up, but it's not too bad. It's just trying to get that low stuff, and you can look at it and tell it's wet. Well, I got the header unchoked and was running good, and didn't go 5 foot, and got choked up again. I think it's a combination of the overcast and just being up next to that tree line over there that hasn't dried out yet this morning. But what I was able to get out was pretty wet. So the throat's choked up, and it's lunchtime, and we're going to unload on this truck up here and bring you back later. got the header off. I've got the throat choked. It's just damp and fixing to rain, so I'm gonna unload what we got off on this truck, and we're gonna try to get done choked. And I think we're done for the day. Monday they're calling for a big rain, so I don't know when we'll get back in the field. Well, we back going. That wheat was down, and where it was down, it's kind of in some shade, and the stalks was wet. But that really wasn't the problem as much as when I went down low, I picked up a stick the size of my arm, got hung in the rock crowd, and broke a chain, wouldn't let it feed on in. So we back going. I don't know if we'll get done today or not, but we're gonna make a showing. I hope to get done. What we cut yesterday, 13% moisture on both loads. One of them 62 the test weight. That's pounds per bushel. The other one 62.5. Very good. Well, he's worked out on the grain cart better than what I thought he had. Hate to say it, I may be losing that job this fall in corn. I doubt it though. He does like to run combine in corn. Well, we just filled the other truck, so we're trying to get this one full. I'm trying to work out a babysitter situation. The one I had lined up for my wife to go to work is not feeling good. So I'm gonna at least try to get this truck full before we quit. I'd like to get the whole field done. We'll just have to see what we get done. Well, I'm splitting the ditch. There's a ditch that runs down through the middle of, or part of this field. It ain't down through the middle. And it divides the field then in two little short sections. So I'll knock this end out first, little triangle section, and knock that side out next. But I don't think we're going to get to that today. Got to put y'all down. Well, I think we got enough to fill the second truck. So we still like a little bit, but we don't like much. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this a video. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you for subscribing if you have. And we'll talk to you on the next one.